actually got some shade today.
Thayer, your thoughts on camp? How do you think camp's going, buddy?
Personally, I think camp is going pretty well, man. It's been way different for the past 3 or 4 years I've been here. Like for real, like everybody's competing, everybody's ready to work. Nobody's coming here tired. Like everybody's coming here sore, but that's part of the game. But we come here every day to come work every day. Excuse my language.
Where does that come from? Would you say is it Pete Carroll setting that tone, or
Me personally, I really do think it's because of Pete Carroll. I personally think like when it starts from the head coach, it trickles down to the captains, to the people that've been here for a little bit. Man, like Pete Carroll. No, and plus, like I want to get this out there right now. He did not elbow me in my face. Okay, he did not. But Pete's a great guy, great father figure, great person to talk to. You know, I love him for that.
He didn't elbow you, but did he actually pin you?
No, he did not. I'm putting that out there right now. No, he did not.
In terms of help, how has someone like Kolton Miller been an asset to you as you progress in your own game and learning from him?
Man, big cap. I can't give him enough praise, man. Just from everything he had to go through from this past off season to actually still coming to work every day, not really blink two eyes about it. For me, that shows a lot about his like character, you know. And we as offensive line, for myself, we can't give him enough praise for that.
It's a big statement, though, from John Spytek when he pays his guys. Will you talk about, for fans who don't understand it, why is that such a big deal to the guys in the locker room that the team takes care of their guys?
Yeah. The reason why is because I only know Spytek for like a couple months, but I can tell for sure that if he really likes you and really likes how you work, he's going to keep you here. And, you know, that's for everybody, though. And Pete's the same way. You know, everybody wants to be here. Everybody wants to get the 53-man spot, of course. But, you know, our motto is to keep competing every day.
You moved around a little bit this offseason, the guard and tackle and stuff like that. Was that something where you went to them or did they come to you about that?
It was kind of like a mixed thing. You know, I didn't really care, like, where I lined up at. If I'm at guard, if I'm at right guard, left guard, right tackle, left tackle, it don't matter. As long as I can do my part to help the team win, that's all I want to do. I want to be there for my teammates and help us get to the playoffs and hopefully one day the Super Bowl, of course.
There are a lot of first and second year players on the O-line. How do you think they're coming along, the young guys?
Man, like, to be honest, with them, they grown up so much, especially like the rookies. Like, they came in open eye, didn't know what to do, but we had to sit there and tell them, like, hey, calm down, you'll be just fine. It's nothing too much about it. Like, just go out there and work. Just be yourself. Don't be somebody that you're not.
Anybody in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, you feel like, wow, like you leveled up since just being with them in training camp?
To be honest, everybody did. You know, just since I've been here, a couple of people that brought up to me, like that's caught my eye, was AB and a little bit of Tyree. Tyree still got a long way to go, but to be honest, like I still want him to get better. I still want to see it with AB. AB's been that dog ever since he got here, and he stepped up another level too. Like right now, like if Max is up here, like AB's like literally right under him. So I put him in that category.
You talked about how you moved around a lot. We've seen Jackson Powers-Johnson moving around a bit. What about his game? I know he thrives as a guard at times too.
His game he's just strong, very, very strong. He wants to compete. He wants to learn. You know, like sometimes, like we have our down days, of course, but with him, he'll get through it with ease. I have no problem with him with that. And no go blue. No.
You said that you like to move around and show, just to do whatever you can to help the team win.
Yep.
But just how important to just show how valuable you are to be like, I can do all these things for you.
Man, to me, it's very important for me for it's like my personal stuff. But at the same time, man, I talk to Max every day about it. Like, I want to play. I want to like contribute a little bit more than I did in past years than ever because I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines and if we lose, we lose. Like, oh, whoa! But I want to compete and win.
I guess how good do you feel about the offseason you had to be able to put yourself in position?
To be honest, for me, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more stronger, a little bit more twitchier, of course. But I feel like I can be a very good asset for this team.
What's your motivation heading into the season? Like, what's your mindset?
Let's get there. Let's take one step at a time. You can't really think about it, think ahead too much about it, because if you do, you go downhill and you got to go back uphill, and it's hard to do that too. and say if you stay on that steady incline, we'd be good.
What's your assessment of Ashton so far?
Freak of nature. Freak of nature. And I love him. He shuts up, puts his head down, and goes to work. He competes. He gets hit by our veteran linebackers a lot. But look, he gets right back up and keeps going. And that's one thing I love about him.
I know when running backs, when they go on to like have his make history as an offensive line, takes a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
You guys thinking about that at all? Like we want to do our part to have Ashton do something special.
It's not just Ashton, man. It's like whoever's behind us or whoever's towing that rock or holding that ball or catching the ball, either like we want to do our part just to, my bad. We want to do our part just to make sure that they are good as well. We don't want them to feel like they get hit all the time and not have trust in us. We want them to trust us enough.
Along those lines, obviously last year the running game wasn't what you guys hoped. As you kind of think about that, like, is it like fire you up to be like, we have to do our part to make sure that it's better this year?
To be honest, like it's just the fact. Last year was last year's like coaching staff, of course. We love them. We still love them to this day. But it's just like some of the stuff we ran was not the right call sometimes. But I feel like with Chip, he knows what to run and knows how to put us in a better position to make the good plays and make the big, huge runs and actually have like more play action just to make sure like we get them deep balls going as well. And to be honest, man, like even though Chip got like a little bad name for himself from his earlier days, but I respect him a lot. He works hard on what he does. He loves what he does. He loves us too, so that's all that matters.
Does that make it easier for you guys to do your job in terms of like having that confidence and that belief that hey, the coordinator or whoever may be is going to make the right call?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like with Chip, he talks to us and says like we got to run this, and he's like, all right, we got you. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, let's figure it out. And we're not just sitting here pointing fingers at each other. We here to like bring each other up and push each other forward too, because not every team's like this either. And shit, I've been on a couple teams that's like that you point at them and they get down their dumps, and the next day they go to crap, of course. But man, just culture is different, very different. All right, Aid. Appreciate y'all. Thanks.
How much better do you think you've already gotten in just a few months since you got with the Raiders?
I think there's been a lot of improvement. Obviously working with Coach Woods, Coach Carroll, and all the rest of the guys. They're giving me a lot of valuable information to be an NFL corner, and I'm just trying to soak in as much as I can and put everything together as quickly as possible.
Darien, I thought you had a very good OTA minicamp season, but I think it's gone up exponentially with pads. Is that just because of the physicality of your game, or is it just becoming easier?
I think the physicality helps me out, obviously being a bigger cornerback, but, gaining confidence being out there in the NFL with other guys, it's getting better every day. And I feel better with each coming practice and just looking forward to the next one.
Really noticed that battle with Dante today, your rook on rook. His speed, your physicality. Will you talk about that battle, how much you enjoyed it?
Yeah, a receiver like Dante gives you a unique challenge. He's 6'5", but runs a 4.3. So, you got to be on your P's and Q's with him. But, he's the receiver that I need to go against. Who's big, he's strong, but he also can run. Those are the kind of guys that, I think I can really make a living shutting down in the league.
Darien, you're doing a lot of reps with the runs. What do you think it is that the coaches are putting you in that position?
I think just being ready every day. I try to, put my best foot forward, and whether it's in meetings, trying to soak up as much information as I can, and try to be the guy out there at practice. So.
Along those lines, running with the ones, they didn't ease you in. They were like, hey, we're throwing you to the fire. Is that the way you wanted it?
Absolutely. The only way to get better is to keep practicing. So it was a bit intimidating at first, but now I embrace it every single day.
Well, us talking to you like this, just a nice guy, but on that field you show some feisty, we'll just say feisty spirit. Talk about that side. What flips when you get on the field?
I can be your friend in the locker room, but on the field I don't have to be your friend. But once practice is over, we can go back to normal. But in between the lines, it's football, and any football player knows how that goes. So it just is what it is.
You said after you were drafted that you still felt you had a lot to prove. Like, how have you kind of ramped that up in your own personal self as you go out there on the field with that mindset, keeping in mind that, hey, I'm not your friend on the field?
Just recognizing that every day at practice is a new opportunity. Regardless of how the last one went, everyone's looking to get better. The receivers are looking to challenge you. We're looking to challenge them. So, nothing's ever personal, but at the end of the day, we're gonna make each other better.
What is it that you do, kind of just to challenge yourself daily, with just being here at NFL level, trying to move on from college and transfer into that mindset?
I think for me personally, just my biggest challenge is to be the best I can be every single day, and whatever it is I may need to work on any given day, something I'm noticing at practice, just trying to attack that and then carry it into the next practice.
Question off the topic of training camp, Hall of Fame games, and Eric Allen, a former Raider, all-time great, of course, being honored this weekend and being inducted. How do those guys who come before you kind of inspire you to make this franchise what it's known for?
I mean, they kind of like you said, they kind of paved the way for people like us to step in, and they show you what it takes to be great in the NFL. They show you what great teams look like, and they show you what success looks like, and obviously learning from them what it takes, and just trying to do everything we can to follow in their footsteps and honor this franchise.
Tonight, that means games are coming up, like for real for you guys.
Right.
How ready would you be right now to just play in an NFL game?
We kick it off, I'll be ready. I'll be ready, yes sir.
What's it been like matching up with Jacoby? What have you learned from matching up with him and everything?
He's savvy. He's been in the league a long time, and with that time comes a lot of knowledge, and he knows how to release, he knows how to get open, but it's helpful going against a veteran like that that's so smart, that has so much experience, because now it really forces you to kind of learn from him and then see be on your game too.
From draft day to today, being in this building around these guys, these coaches, everyone else, where have you made the biggest strides yourself?
I mean, I think just the mental part of it, the confidence, it can be kind of daunting coming into the NFL, as a rookie, especially at the cornerback position. But, with the guys that I have in the room, with the coaches that I have, and with the, the practices, the continued practices, I think confidence is just getting better by the day.
Which of the vets have kind of helped you with the mentorship the most so far?
I mean, our whole room has been great, specifically for the corners, Eric Stokes, JB, D-Cam, Sam Webb, we all, they're all really great mentors, but Jeremy Chin, Lonnie Johnson, Isaiah, for the whole DBs, they've been really helpful, they've been great, and not just me, but all other rookies too,
This is the old guy at 26. That's kind of weird. It's a very young room.
It is.
Do you feel that being in there?
For sure. But, it brings a lot of energy to the room too, having that kind of youth, but, everyone's kind of looking to prove themselves. So it breeds a lot of really good, healthy competition in that room too. So.
What's been the most difficult aspect so far? Is it the speed on the field? What would you say it is so far?
I think, yeah. I think adjusting, the speed physically, no, but everything speeds up mentally. So mentally you have to process things, see things a little faster. I think that was the biggest challenge, but the game starts to slow down a little bit once you get continued reps with it.
Let's do one more. Thanks.
Thank you, Darien.
No fan or anything?
That's the way it is.
Tough it out.
Aidan, first I want to talk to you about your body looks different, your release looks faster, it doesn't even look like the same guy we've got to see. Would you talk about your body and your release?
Yeah, just, it was a great off season. I think I really enjoyed getting to work. I stayed here. Me and my wife stayed here during the off season, and really enjoy working out in the facility with coaches, familiar faces. So it's a credit to the strength staff, nutrition, trainers, everyone that's involved.
I know you're still learning the system, but what do you like about what Greg Olsen brings to the game as well? Not just Chip Kelly's offense, but what it's like working with Greg Olsen.
Yeah, Ole and Chip both have been super fun to work with. It's been, in the room with Ole every day has been a real joy. We're both Boilermakers. He coached at Purdue for a little while, so just been a great relationship so far, and bouncing ideas off each other, the other quarterbacks as well. It's been, like you said, fun to learn the system, but also fun to learn them and kind of pick their brain and see what they like.
Pete said the other day that he has as much confidence in you backing up Geno as he did Geno backing up Russell. What's that tell you about their confidence level? And just, I mean, obviously out there, they're very, very comfortable with you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my time so far with the new staff, and obviously been through a lot of changes around here over the last few years, and this has been super enjoyable for me to have this staff come in and kind of implement their culture. So just trying to do my best to work hard to push Geno to be the best teammate I can to both him and the rest of the guys.
What's your assessment of Geno up close, his talent on the field, and then him as a leader? What have you seen?
Yeah, both have been super impressive. I think maybe one of the more impressive quarterbacks I've ever been around in both of those areas, both on the field, skill-wise. He can move around, throw accurately, super smart, and then leadership. He knows how to talk to the guys. He knows how to lead by example as well. So really have really tried to soak in as much information as possible from him. He's been great to me, been open. He enjoys, like I talked about before, bouncing ideas off each other. So it's been a super enjoyable relationship.
I said when they signed Geno, this could be a real blessing for you because he's kind of followed your similar career path. How much does it help that you're not his enemy, or he wants to help you, he wants to pour into you, he's your biggest fan?
Yeah, I hope he's not my enemy. But no, it's been super enjoyable. I think, like I said, just to bounce ideas off each other. I mean, he's been around the game for a long time, has learned a lot of different things, a lot of different systems. He's some things that he's talked about over and over again are even still new to me, and so it's been fun he'll say something in the meeting and I'll check back with him like, what did you mean by that, or explain that to me. And yeah, he's been open at every step to helping me out and supporting me. So it was really all you can ask for.
Seems like you've established a rapport with Jack Bech. We've seen you complete a ton of passes. Dan, what do you like about him as a receiver?
Yeah, Jack is super savvy receiver, I think. Did a great job the break from OTAs to camp, really diving into the playbook and starting to understand. We ask him to play a few different positions and do a few different things. And so for him, it's just, I know it not too long ago, being a rookie, you just try to learn as much as possible and soaking in the information and try to execute as good as possible. He does a really good job of feeling underneath routes and then over the top as well. He's got really good feel.
How has Geno helped you as far as knowing what Pete has fixed?
Yeah, I think he's been obviously the guy that's been around Pete the longest in the organization, and so we'll see stuff or hear stuff that Pete does and kind of bounce it off Geno and see is that what's Pete expecting, what does he want, what's he trying to get after, and so really to implement the culture Pete's trying to implement, I think Geno is crucial to that, not only in the quarterback room but the whole offense and the entire team.
And how has Kolton Miller just impacted this team, especially celebrating his contract extension today?
Yeah, definitely happy for Kolton. I think we're all really rooting for that, for him and for his family. I think he deserves it. He's a super steady presence for us. He's a large human being who, but is really just a steady anchor for us. He's not very loud, but he plays really, really hard. I think because he's not loud, sometimes you kind of might forget about him, but if you watch the tape, he plays so hard for his teammates, and it's a guy that we really love having in the locker room.
Going back to rookie receivers, just what's it like for you to get the ball to Thayer Munford Jr.?
Yeah, Dante's a dynamic player. I think, right when we drafted him, we were, texting the quarterback group chat like, hey, this could be someone who could really, really rely on, and I think he's shown us that. Again, it's hard to come in as a rookie. He has to do a lot of different things to learn a playbook that's extensive, and so Dante's done a great job of jumping in. Obviously, he's had some splash plays here in camp, and that's what we're going to expect from him.
It would appear that this is probably one of your best camps. You know what to expect. Is that perception accurate?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely more comfortable this camp. I think each year there's been a progression. Obviously, it's still a new playbook, and so a little bit feels like the first year again where you're just trying to learn new things, and you're hearing Chip talk about them for the first time. But I think I really like this system. Again, we talked about in the quarterback room with Nate and Ole, both have helped me out a bunch, and so I really enjoy where I'm at right now, and just trying to compete every day.
What do you like out of what you've seen so far from Ashton Genty, how he helps open up the offense a little bit, and just as a rookie, how he's learning the game?
Yeah, I think Ashton, obviously, everybody knows his talent, but I think his maturity, his toughness have really been on display, especially with the pads on. He's had a couple plays where he's, picking up blitzes or getting hit pretty hard in the run game and still finishing the run. And so I've been really impressed about his toughness, his ability to bounce back. And then, he's very mature. He's kind of quiet, but he understands. He's picking up the plays very fast, and it's impressive to see.
Thanks, Aidan.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Aidan. Are you going to be buying lunch for Spine Tech next time you go out?
I think I'm buying lunch for everybody.
What did you feel like? You obviously expressed you wanted to be a Raider for life back in June. It came to fruition. How does it feel? And taking a step in that direction.
No, it feels great. I'm so glad. Obviously, the process has been a little bit ongoing, but I'm so glad it's finally here and done. And it's one less distraction, and I'm so pumped to continue onward to being a Raider. I'm really juiced.
Was there any worry that it wasn't going to get done, or do you feel like it was going to eventually work its way out?
No, I mean, both sides. I kept showing up, and communication was great. So I'm real glad how it turned out. And but now it's like, okay, that during training camp, getting it done, obviously was a little extra wrinkle, but I'm glad it's done now finally, and we can get back to work.
Colton, it sends a big message to the team that they want to re-sign their guys. I know it's you, but would you talk about what that means to an NFL player? Take fans inside that locker room when they take care and reward their guys.
No doubt. No, it's you show it. I think the team sees it. You put in the work. You show up, and it's all about buying in and keep buying in each year, because nothing's given. You have to keep earning it each day. So I think it sends a great message to the team and the organization that they take care of their guys.
Longest time. Talk about there was good communication between you and the team. Was it a situation where they made you feel like something was going to get done, or was this just like a complete piece of paper?
No, again, we had good communication. My agent, Jeremy, and Spy Tech, they had great communication and were able to get a deal done. So, no, I'm happy.
The longest tenured guy on the team. What does that mean to you, and that you have another few years here to be able to?
Yeah, still longest tenured. No, it's I'm so glad to be a Raider, and like I said, I want to be a Raider for life. So I'm living it, and I'm happy to get back to work.
Colton, switching gears a little bit. Jordan Meredith is a guy that has been in the building for a while now. Kind of gets overlooked a little bit. Can you talk about what he brings to the table, having a good year, and then now moving to center?
Yeah, no, he. I remember last offseason, he was here every day, putting in work, and you could see the steps he's been taking. He's been in the league for a while now, and I think now he's really showing up. He showed up last year, that's for sure. He got his chance. He stepped up, and seeing him progress has been really cool. And I just hope he continues progressing and see where he goes.
Kolton, was there a moment, like a specific moment for you that kind of really solidified the want to be a Raider for life?
The moment, I think, I look back to getting signed here, 8 years ago, I think, I'm from Sacramento, lived in California, my whole life, went to UCLA. So now I'm so happy to be here in Vegas, continuing my journey here in Vegas for the time being. So no, I'm so juiced.
You've seen a lot. It's like the longest tenure, like we're talking about. The franchise has been through so much. You've seen so many coaches, so many things off field. What's kept you believing in the franchise and making this?
I've been saying the same thing. I trust in this organization and trust in Pete and the guys, the group we have. It was an easy decision, and my heart's still in it, and I'm going to keep fighting and clawing, and we're after for some fucking wins. Sorry, excuse my language. We're after some wins this season, so no, I'm excited to go get it.
How would you say the offensive line is coming along so far?
Really good. We have a lot of guys returning, and there's a sense of maturity, especially maturity from the young guys. Young guys are pushing the old guys, and they're older guys, So, it's been real cool to see, and the pads have come on, but there hasn't been much regression. So we keep carrying it over and keep getting better. It's been real cool to see.
Especially with the new coaching staff, how valuable was it to go to mini camp and now training camp and not hold out?
I'm sorry?
How valuable is to get mini camp and training camp and not hold out with the new coaching staff?
Oh no, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's a great part. You're missing all this great work. Each day is an opportunity, and I feel like if you're not in it, if you're not doing that, you're taking a step back, and it's really not. It's not helping you or what you're trying to do. So I'm glad this all worked out, and I wouldn't want to do it any other way.
What does it help to your mindset to be able to see the younger players that are pushing you, and then on top of that, trying to also be a mentor to some of them?
Yeah, no, it's Coach always talks about how to be a great teammate, and that's being unselfish and pushing each other, pushing the guy across from you, helping young guys, just pouring in, because what it does, it pours into the team and gets everybody better, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to compete. We're trying to get the best out of each other each day. So, share everything, push each other, and that's what it's all about.
There's been a lot of talk Oakland that the guys to be the last Oakland Raider, and a couple of guys before you, Max Crosby and AJ Colson, they got their deals, and so they felt like they were ahead in that. Now you got yours. What does it mean to you with regard to your camaraderie with your teammates to be the last Oakland?
Yeah, no, it's family, camaraderie, brotherhood. To be able to continue that journey with the Oakland boys, it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. We saw JPJ taking a snap at center, or excuse me, at guard today. You played alongside him when he was playing left guard last year. What does he bring to the table at guard?
JP, regardless, center, guard, physicality, emotion, a finish to him. He's so dynamic. He can being able to do both. Having a lot of the guys be able to do both is big. So wherever he's placed, he makes an impact, a big impact. So it's been awesome to see for all the guys. So. Wherever he's placed, watch out.
Do a couple more guys. What are you seeing out of Ashton Jitty so far, hitting the holes and running outside as a running back?
Oh, he brings you could see it in OTAs and what has transpired now to full pads. His ability, his sight, his balance. Him and along with the other running backs, they've been really great at scheme wise, hitting the holes. He's such a dynamic back and physical. It's been really cool to see.
AJ Cole's big ticket purchase after his extension was re-landscaping his lawn. I'm wondering what your next big ticket purchase is.
You know what? I haven't been. I signed last night. I got to bed and woke up and was ready to work. So I haven't. It still really hasn't hit me yet. So I'm just kind of focused on today. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.